Twitch. Wow, that's really good.
Oh, wait, can I try real quick, please?
That is amazing.
I haven't tried that flavor.
So at this point in time, I just came up with the conclusion that Twitch just sucks at pleasing their community. I can't think of a social media company and platform that has a larger divide between their creators and the company itself than Twitch. The United States is like the cultural melting pot of the world, and then Twitch is like the gamers' melting pot of the world, but with a dash of cam girls, artists, and insanity. Like, the duality of Twitch streamers is insane.
$5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5?
Wait, did someone give some subs? Bro, he doesn't have to. Can I give that money back? Is there any way I can give their money back? Oh, you too, and I'm telling you, you don't have to sub. Like, you don't have to. You can watch the stuff for free.
And while every streamer from each game and community could be different, what needs to be consistent is a set of rules. A set of rules that applies to everyone on the platform, you know, to keep the whole platform in harmony. And that's the cause of most of the divide between Twitch and their streamers and the streamers' communities. Because while YouTube has very strict rules that are mainly enforced by autonomous bots, Twitch seems to have a lot of their rules and regulations enforced by humans. And it's happened countless of times where streamers break Twitch's terms of service, and depending on who the streamer is, the outcome of the punishment varies, and they rarely ever receive like a legitimate reason for the ban. The most recent example of that would be FaZe Adapt, where he just randomly was banned from Twitch, where he said, in quotes, "The thing about this ban is people get banned on Twitch all the time. For example, Alinity, she finally got banned, but with me, I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong. I got a 3-day ban for reasons unknown as of right now, and they didn't even state that in the email." Meanwhile, Alinity had to personally ask Twitch to ban her, and she got banned for only 24 hours, which is way weaker of a punishment for the exact same thing that multiple other streamers have gotten a harsher punishment for. So a little bit over a week after this, Twitch, I guess, decided to do something about the disconnect between the community and whoever's enforcing the rules at Twitch by creating the Twitch Council. And that's a good start. We now at least seeing that Twitch is somewhat at least attempting to help the community here. But when you take a closer look at the Twitch Council, you notice the council itself has a member, which doesn't seem to have the qualities of being a non-biased rule enforcer.
The only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play is to not have voice chat, to not have people give up their linguistic profiles. You know, if you are a competitive gamer, which a lot of people have been like, Steph, you clearly know nothing about competitive play. Well, competition, by the way, y'all, competition requires you to get every advantage possible. To become the top 0.01% in any video game, you have to squeeze every amount of advantage you can possibly get. Voice chat is unfair, period.
Bruh, this is insanity. Imagine being able to communicate instantly in a very fast-paced game. That's so unfair. While we're at it, we should all campaign for no vocal communication in any sports, because it's obviously an unfair advantage. So I used to play a bunch of League of Legends back between season 2 and 5, where I played a lot of support, and I remember praying that they would add voice chat to League of Legends for years while I was playing a support, because it's so much easier as a support to just, you know, push a button and be like, hey man, watch out for that blitzcrank hook. Because you know, by the time you can type, hey, watch out for that blitzcrank hook, your AD carry is already pulled way behind the enemy turret, knocked up, and you're just standing there by your tower like, well, guess I'll kind of farm some creeps, I guess. Voice chat would be appreciated at this point. If you've never played League of Legends before, in a nutshell, what I mean by that was text chat bad, voice chat good. And if the voice chat gets too toxic, we have this fantastic invention called muting chat. Obviously, there's examples of guys acting like stains on the internet, but hey, report them. Hopefully they'll get banned, and that will solve the problem, I guess.
I said a lot of people with cis white male sounding voices are here telling me that voice chat isn't a problem, and that is a fact. Y'all have voices that aren't marginalized coming in and saying, just mute. It's not an issue. Everyone faces harassment. I've heard it all. You're just repeating my a year ago. I've been through this all.
Oh my god, like this person is assuming the chat's voices. What do people say about that word? Every time you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I don't know how that quote applies to this text other than the fact that when she's assuming here, she's making an ass out of herself and Twitch. But if someone's banning someone because they don't have a marginalized voice on Twitch, we have a problem. If, for example, Alinity is getting special treatment because she's in a marginalized group, that's also a problem. And don't get me wrong, this is not the only Twitch Council member. It currently has 8 public members who are Alex Holmes, Co-Carnage, Koopa Noodle, Emma Lonzo, Ferociously Steph, who we just recently saw clips of, Dr. Samir Denduja, TL Taylor, and finally Zazarian. Also, to quote TechCrunch, this council launch isn't just about keeping Twitch safe and welcoming, it's also arriving at a time when Twitch is pitching itself to advertisers whose marketing efforts have been impacted due to cancellations of live events and sports amid this whole pandemic. Bruh, Twitch is only safe and welcoming if you have a marginalized voice, apparently. But the 2 clips we just saw earlier happened on the 14th of May, and since then, they have received backlash for what they've said. So they're now threatening the community, because that obviously shows that you're a responsible moderator.
But I'm hanging in there, and I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, you know, there are some people that should be afraid of me, and that they are, because I represent moderation and diversity, and I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is endorsing me to do that, so.
But to play devil's advocate here, this might be one of the first times she's received backlash to that extent. And she's also reacting to all of this backlash while she's live streaming. So yes, sometimes emotions get the best of us and they come out in ways we don't expect. Definitely if you add the context that she's being harassed by upset community members for things that she's said, and while criticizing someone for things they say or do is fine, throwing a bunch of transphobic slurs is not going to amend any sort of situation. That's what we call throwing gas on fire. But anyway, guys, what do you think of this whole situation? Do you think voice chat should be removed from games? What are your thoughts on the Twitch Council? But on that note, if you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. And if you're already subscribed, it would be awesome if you hit the bell notification button. And if you want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can find me as Atozy on Instagram or Twitter. Links will be down in the description down below. But on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it. If it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis. I've been on fire, I just need my credit. Wanna go far, need to change my settings. Reaching for the stars so my feet touch heaven. Haven't had first, bitch, already want seconds.